No, it should. My foot's asleep. Give me a minute. I gotta stretch. Oh, it's like I took a. It's like I fell asleep on the toilet, guys. See, this isn't good. So I'm gonna stand here for a bit, let my foot wake up, then get out of the car before I fall on the floor. Sounds like a plan. I'll be back. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. 1972 Karmann Ghia, Volkswagen flavored. This episode is one I don't know really. I'm going to tell you how I'm going to record or how I'm going to edit and how much the frustration is going to be, because it's all about getting this thing to work as far as electrical. If you've been following along, we have brakes on it. Check. It runs. Check. It doesn't do anything else. So, yep, off to at least running and driving. But the good news is it does still have its wiring harness in it. The bad thing is that's all it has in it. I have an ignition switch, the other switches, and a wiring harness. No relays, nothing's connected to the fuse block with the exception of, I'm thinking, whatever goes to the engine. So like 2 wires. So that's good, 3 wires. I don't know, some wires. But what I'm getting at is this whole thing is going to be a frustration special, because now I have to go over painted wires, figure out what goes where, and hopefully make everything work. Also, not knowing if anything actually works. Switch, the switches that are in it, so on and so forth. Or, if there's a cut or a break in a wire. So this is going to be fun. Well, you might be asking, why am I not just rewiring the entire car? Well, there's a very simple, solution to that. It's about half cost of me going through this and figuring out what's here than tearing apart your entire car and rewiring it. So that's pretty much where I'm at with that. You guys do what you want. If you want to rewire your whole car, sometimes it might be easier. Other times, depending on kit, you might have wished you started with what you had. Now, that's not saying that if I do find the harness is completely, cracked, split, needs to be replaced. All right, we'll cross that, reservoir when we get there. But as far as right now, everything looks like it's in good condition and it's just ripped out. So, all right, guess let's start on this. First thing I'm going to do, because most of the work's under the hood, is take off the hood. So let me get some tools and you'll join me ripping off this hood. All right, guys, let's get this hood off. 13 millimeters. Should hopefully just drop this thing. Alrighty, hood off. Removing's easy. It's the, oh, you can't see me. Hold on. All right, put that on some nice cardboard. Removing's easy. It's the installation that's a pain in the butt as far as aligning everything. Mark it, drill it, do whatever you guys want to do so, I guess, where to put it back. Because that'd probably be helpful in the long run. Or just use usually the witness marks. But this thing is freshly painted, so it really doesn't have those. But, all right. No windshield is convenient. Let me get the hardware so I don't lose them. All right, I'm going to put these in the backside of the hood. I have it on a piece of cardboard so I don't screw it up. Actually, nope. I'll just put it up there. Well, I'll probably end up losing them. How? I don't know, but that's what's going to happen. But all right, let me bring in. Show you the spaghetti of the non, delicious flavoring. Why is my battery door open? Anywho. This is what I have to work with. Let me get a light. Excuse me. All right, this is what I have to work with. I got about 3 wires hooked up in the fuse block, maybe 4, I don't know, and everything else. The good news is, those guys back there, you're not going to focus on them. The whatever switches, think blinker or hazards and whatever the heck that one is, they're still wired. Got nothing into the horns or to the front, the lights. That log is just disconnected. These are for brake light switches. They're obviously not doing nothing. The only, I don't know what I just pointed at. The only thing that is wired currently, which I'm not even going to say is correct, are the taillights. We at least got something, plugged in back here. There we go. So that's good. Engine, well, at the bare minimum, because I just got it running, and we're going to alternator, so I don't care. So it's also going to get rid of that voltage generator back here. What did I just kick? I have brake hoses everywhere. Yeah, so hazards and what's that one? Headlights. Where's the wiper switch? Wiper switch on the stalk. See it later. I don't know what I'm looking at, guys. I play Volkswagens way too much. So, all right. First plan I am going to come up with or have is, well, don't really have one. Oh, other thing. Go on to Samba or pick out of get a nice manual. They have decent wiring diagrams. This is pretty much what, I'm going to be going through for, reference colors and everything else. It will save your butt, because hopefully it's going to save mine. I will probably just tape it to the roof. It will go somewhere. I am rambling, if you can't tell, because I am severely underprepared for doing this. But the good thing is I can see everything. I also noticed it sits lower in the driver's side, rear. So either this side's higher or that side's lower. Sway bar is also still on. I still have to order that. Crap. Anywho's, let me figure something out. I'm going to probably jump into here and actually sit down so I can plot my imminent defeat. Yeah, sitting's always good. So let me crawl in, figure out how to set you guys up so you can go along for the ride and hear me, ramble. And I just got to crawl in to see if I have fuses in that block, because I don't know. I know some circuits are working, the ones that are attached, but I don't know if we got fuses all the way across. So that's another thing. I don't have a horn wire in there. Okay, so we probably don't have a horn either. Good. All right, we're off to a flying start. Let me get stuff situated so you can sort of see me lose my mind. Best I got for you. I'll be right back. All right, guys, live from inside the Karmann Ghia. Sorry about the background noise. It is, I don't know, 50 in the shop. It is terrible. So that's great. Get my test light out of here. All right, first thing I'm going to try to tackle. That'll probably come in handy later. That's why it's here. First thing I'm going to try to tackle is this right here. I don't know if you can see. I'll probably shoot the GoPro. But get the wires for the switch, key switch, actually hooked up where they need to be. And then start Basically, picking a color from the fuse block, tracing it back to its component, and hopefully making it work. I need chair terminals. I will tell you that immediately. So that's good. I gotta get out of this thing. This is going great. And I'm picking this angle right now because I can see stuff. I don't have to look under yet. There's just stuff everywhere. What's this go to? That is for turn signals and everything else. Can we just tuck this out of the way? A smart person would pull it through the firewall, back down, but we've learned I am not a smart person. I don't know what you do. You're extra and going to gauges. You're extra and going to gauges. All this is coming from over there. This clump of wires is basically what I'm after right now. I have a combination between going to the back of the car and coming from the switches I need. And of course, everything is tangled. So, let me unbraid this and see if I can, sort some of this out. You know, I don't mind electrical if I'm doing it, or if I did the restoration, because, well, at the end of the day, I'm probably going to be the one that gets in trouble when it doesn't work. So when I run into stuff like this, that I don't even know what's going on. Yeah, we got that going for us. All right, this should be the whatever circuit. Where'd that light go? This should be the hazard relay circuit, I hope. I think so. I think that's all of them. And there's one missing back there, so that's great. I'll figure that out, you know, when the time comes. But let me, like I said, I'm going to need some chair terminals. Maybe not. I don't think I do, actually. All right. I did disconnect the battery, too. Sorry, this is terrible filming. All right, what do I... Yeah, that's why they did that. All right, what do we got? Unplug this wire. This should be the main. So that will go 1, 2, 3, fourth one in. Should have a 3 bridge, and it does. That'll get unplugged. Yeah, all these will get unplugged. And that. All right. Someone caught that on fire. So great. We're off to a flying start. I got to rewire a wire. But anyway, this wire goes to, what did I say, third in? Fourth in. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Stripey wire, fourth in. We're off to a flying start, guys. All right, then out of the key switch. Solid. Man. Then we'll go out of the key switch, which is whatever, D. Red and black is this one, so that's connected to to something, but it's connected. The black one, which would be this one that I have to rewire, but we'll leave it alone right now. We'll go second one over. The red one goes fifth one. Black and yellow, black and yellow, black and yellow. That is third one over. I don't know what this is, so we're gonna unplug that. Black and yellow, third one over. All right, and then also there should be a black and yellow that goes to the emergency flashers that plugs into that. So now the fun work, trying to find a black and yellow. Right here. This one should go on top of the one I just plugged in. All right. Don't know what that one does. There's like brown with a blue tracer. That's like a door chimer or something like that, but that's like 73 and up. And this is a 72, but it could be in August of 72, and I have no idea. It's not important, is what I'm getting at. All right, so now that's done. Bet you this one's ignition. Because it is a black wire. And I'm assuming we're going with this wire is now ignition. So ignition, we'll go coil, black wire, very first PID. That's where this one should go. All right, now that we plugged all the bottoms in, we know this car's not going to work. Because none of the things are, nothing's interconnected with the top circuits. I know I can move that blue one, probably shoot it over to whatever terminal and get power if I need it. I can cheat the system, but all right, so that's wired. Next, red wire. I'm just going down the bottom of the fuse block and trying to find stuff currently. Next, I need a red wire that should be coming from here. Crap, I got two. Are they both coming? All right, well. Oh, it's this one because it has a jumper. And in the diagram, it says it has a jumper to go to something. What's Y? I completely forgot the alphabet. Where is Y? Oh, clock. All right, yeah, that makes sense. It does not. Oh, it does because it needs permanent power. So I go there, and this thing will power the clock, which, funny enough, I got a wire off the clock, which is red, and I got this wire, which is also red. I'm sure they go beep, 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 beep. All right. Next, I'm looking for a white wire. Where the hell does the white wire come from? All right, now this is where it's going to get fun, because a lot of these terminals right now are starting to get into relays, which I don't have. So there's that. All right, I can find a gray wire. There should be a gray wire in this bundle. That looks like a gray wire. And this should go to the end one. All right, that came from the E switch. Yellow wire comes from the J. What's a J? Dimmer relay. Good, don't have it. So I'm gonna have to work backwards basically from the dimmer relay to the block, which means I have to make all these wires. Yay. How is that a dimmer? Oh, there's the ground. So I'm gonna have to find a ground out of this log. Which will work to dimmer, which I'm hoping is this one. Guys, I don't know. I'm honestly guessing. All right, I'm gonna try to finish up this whatever hazard relay with whatever wires I can. Green. This wire should go to the top of that. Nice that it's been spliced and cut already. I'm joking with that last comment. All right, this is Headlight. Dimmer relays there, and I went from that to a black, white and black. Good. That makes sense. Black should be power in for the brake lights. this goes second over. And this black and red. Should be this, actually. What the hell's the red one? Red. Red goes to the button. Okay, good. We don't need that one if we don't need that one. Is that the button? I think so. All right, guys. Lay cramp and stretch over. Let's see if we have brake lights, because that's connecting now. Plus, I need to borrow you guys, see if I have any. All right, key on. Where are you? Brake lights? No brake lights. Well, that's not good. Was it all the way on? No brake lights. What happened? Oh. Might help if I connect the battery. Oh, there's sparkage. That means there's a power draw. Try this again. Brake lights. Yay! We got brake lights. It's probably the only thing that works. Because I don't think like flashers are hooked up or anything. Alright, so undo that. Ah, where are you going? Again, sorry for the noise, jet heater. But step one, we have brake lights. The ignition circuit should still work. The car should still start. Yeah, now it's let's see. Headlights, blinkers, turn signals. No, in the last video, the turn signals aren't going to work because they're not connected. They're weirdly soldered on. I got to sort that out. But can we get something going to the rear? All right, for this, I'm going to need relays. I think we'll do headlights first. Because I still have a log. Oh, what the hell? Oh, no. I don't know if it'll do it again, but there's water in here. So that's good. Anyway, let's start hooking up headlights. It's gonna, look what I'm looking at. It's gonna do hook basically this power log circuit up first on the fuse block. So whatever wires are coming out of there, we're gonna plug them into here, and I'll get back to you. It's really hard to record. So let me connect this log. I'll be back. All right, the log for the headlights, that's attached to where it needs to go. I don't have the switch connected yet, but we can dry run it. Took my test light and probe for, obviously a hot circuit. Connected the other end of the jumper cable to said hot circuit. I'm just gonna jump the block and make sure the, that circuit's, the headlights are connected in that circuit. So just by probing, I can turn them on. Do headlights, what? Passenger side's white, so what do I got? All right, there's a light. There's a light, high beam, low beam. This should be passenger. That is not as bright, and that is not as bright. Okay. That's telling me I probably have a bad ground. Yep. Still not great. I gotta clean it up, but I can dial in the headlight by twisting the ground screw. Alrighty. Unplug that. Headlights work. Now I just gotta get the switch connected, but I have to wire in the dimmer relay. Well, the switch to a dimmer relay, and then a dimmer relay to the fuse block to tell it to do something. So, I'll be right back. All right, before I tie in the switch, I'm actually gonna fish out the wires, hopefully to run to the back of the car to get rear tail lights on, or running lights. So, looking for a gray and a black, and gray and a red. Looking for 2 wires attached to the fuse block and do exactly what we did to jump the headlights, to hopefully jump the tails. So, I'll be right back after I find them and connect them into the block. So, be patient. This is really hard to get content. All right, connected them, juiced up the circuit. I have 1 running light on this side. And both tail lights. So circuit's good. Like I said, I still need to rewire these front lenses. They look like absolute garbage when it comes to the wiring, but I'm happy this works. Undo that. So we have the lighting circuit's good. I just need to work off of a switch, which I don't think I connected anything to get power to a switch yet. Well, something on a switch works. Headlights, taillights work off the switch. I got to do the dimmer relay. Guess we have power going to the switch and coming out of the switch. We just need the other circuit to, complete the circuit to turn on the headlights. So we should have headlights, taillights, brake lights currently. We're slowly making progress. Do hate this. I've been going at this for, I don't know, 2 to 3 hours so far. So we're doing good. That's why I hate electrical. Sorting stuff out almost feels like no progress. The shop's a nice 53 degrees currently. Sucks working in the cold. Next week's gonna suck more. I'm procrastinating, by the way. Anywho's, let me, what's next? Yeah, I guess I'll wire in the dimmer relay and try to get that thing working. That sounds like a plan. All right, what's up, guys? Let's give you, I guess, a little status update of what's going on. Killed the heater. Next day, obviously. Been dicking around with this. The headlights, still. This is what we got going on. Relay is wired. If you didn't know, and it's not in the diagram, so, tech tip for you, and it's not in the 72 or the 73 diagram as far as the relay goes. Where is it? It's J something. I don't know. I'm just guessing here. I'm just going to look for colors. There you go. Image J, if it shows up, you got 4 wires going in. I have a 5-wire relay. The extra wire on this thing, if you end up getting it, it's just hot. So it energizes the, quick, solenoid. So you just jump it from whatever terminal that is to just basically headlight power in. All right. Now what I had to do was find the ground, well, the switch, to switch this thing, which is ground. So the easiest way to do that is, because it's a brown wire, and you have many brown wires coming out. That's not it. Headlights. Now it's raining. So all I did for check for ground is here. Let me undo some things real quick. Stay. Don't fall. You're expensive. So power, and then okay. Basically, I took my test light, very valuable, and all the wires, the brown wires that are coming out of the harness, because they all look the same and they're yellow and brown and can't tell. Just basically gator clipped onto either a bare connector that this one has, or a push-in connector, and 12 volts on the other end. And all I did was, if you have constant hot, hold on, I'm working one hand, guys. Roof shot. I know, it's quite nice. I'm gonna get it spray foamed eventually. And it's raining and it's terrible and all that jazz. But anyway, after you get 12 volt hot to your thing, you're looking for the ground signal. So you just clip onto the wires and clip onto a brown wire, pull the lever. Clip on, pull the lever. And by the time you pull and clip onto enough, your lever will ground if it's connected. And then it triggers your relay. So then what you do is, I'll just show you. I still have it jumped. You'll, jump relay to, it'll plug in. I still have to make an end, but you might be able to hear it. It's alternating, and the lights do light things. Now, I don't know if I imagined testing the driver's side or not, but I wasn't getting a low beam. And, well, developments happened. Could have sworn it worked, but I might have been probing the same signal both times. I don't know. What I'm getting at is, I am missing the lead completely for low beam. So we're gonna need a light, but it, at least I know, is working. So what I'm gonna do now is just get an end on that terminal, get it there, and then perfectly seamlessly hide that box. And I'll be back to you. Then I'm gonna think we're gonna start tackling blinkers, because that's the next thing that I don't want to tackle. I also have to run the high beam warning light, or make a high beam warning light wire, which ain't a big deal. So, all right, let me get that thing ended and tucked away. Probably run out, grab a new headlight just to make sure that circuit's completely working. And I'm not just guessing. I mean, it works. And I also got to pop the lens on this one because it's, well, dull and terrible. So yeah, if you can tell by my demeanor, I am super excited. But all right, let me get this thing all finished, wired, and tucked away for that nice clean SEMA install. And yeah, I'll get back to you. Wiring, it's not excited, it's hard. I can basically, you follow colors, and if you know how to work it, basically a test light or just gator clips, you kind of can cheat all the systems you need. All right, plan, I'll be back. I gotta clean this lens. Oh, please. Eek, 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 eek. Betters. Anyways, status update on the blinkers. I'm tracing down, what am I tracing down? Black with green tracers, black with white tracers, and a stripy black and white, or a stripy fruit stripe, green and white with black with green and white tracer wire. Anywho, found them. Tracer wire, that's gonna go to something. And the one green, black with green tracer, and a cut black with white tracer. That's coming out of the switch. All right, now for the front log, the front lights are here, and the rear log, I lost, but I did find them. And I have a new relay somewhere I lost. I am not doing good. What do I do with it? Good news is I bought a spare. But anywho's, let me give you, oh, it's right there. And then new relay. So anywho's, I'll just show you what I'm doing without showing you what I'm doing. Bear with me, hard to film and walk through a photograph or a diagram if it focuses. This is your blinker circuit. So I got to connect the both greens together, and one goes to the hazard relay, or pulley switch, and the black and whites, they go together, and that'll go to the switch. Also, they tie into the blinky switch, which is the first log I showed you coming out. So I'm going to tie all those things together and hopefully get blinks. Oh, and going through the diagram, I find out where this mystery white wire is. It goes to the switch. So now I have to snake my hand in there and actually connect that, because that goes to the blink thing. So let me connect all this, and hopefully after I'm done, we'll have something happen. I'm gonna have to make some wires to get the blink boxing. Everything else is here. Got to put some ends on, got to tie them together, so on and so forth. But should be able to get this accomplished. So next scene, hopefully I have an update and they're working, or developments happened and I blew something up. All right, developments have happened. The whatever the hell it's called, switch, hazard switch, this guy down here, you pull it out, the blinks happen. Well, what happened was, it's bad, is what I'm getting at. And, shoot power into it, power won't come out of it. So, you play with the thing. I'm not going to pull out the, dismantle it, the clean terminals, or buy a new one. I bypassed it, is what I'm getting at. And what I ended up doing is, let me see if I can walk you through the diagram. May or may not work. As far as, I'm going to walk you through the diagram. May or may not work just on, I don't know, explanatory or comprehension of it or whatever I did. But this is end up what I did. All right, hold on. Let me resituate this camera. Where are we? Switch. You have your 12-volt power that comes into it from the fuse block. Boop, over here. White wire goes to your blink relay over here. This should be able to jump each other. So this should be able to supply that. That's your power out wire. Power out wire goes to your, relay. Your relay shoots power back to the block, and then the block tells stuff to do, because it's getting supplied. The switch, the turn indicator stalk gets supplied off of this wire. So what I did, knowing power's not coming out of here, I just found, basically disabled the red wire, so it's not doing anything. And the white wire now is just ran to the fuse block from the relay. So it goes white wire to fuse block, which is, sorry for the hand, keyed on now, keyed on power versus permanent power. The only problem with that is, to use your hazards, you have to have the key on. I'm pretty sure the hazards work regardless. It jumps that circuit. So that's pretty much where it's at. But with all that said, turn the key on, pull the blink switch. Indicator lights work. Blink indicator works. That's actually surprising to me. Both rear tails are going. The stalk works as well. The fronts do not work because they are disabled. Yeah, we'll just blink on that side with the stalk, and blink on that side with the stalk. So they're working. Headlights, taillights, blinkers, they're all good. I have to go tear these buckets apart. I already got that one apart just for headlight diagnostic. Gotta tear that one apart and rewire the blinks themselves. So I know the running light on this side works, but the blinker doesn't. It's hot to ground. Easy way to tell that is when I don't have a hot test light set up. Anywho, take your test light, because I popped the fuse when it was hooked up, took my test light, put it to the wire, well, and it lit up. Means it's grounded somewhere. It should not be. So, gotta sort out the front blinks. Probably bring you under there or show you what the heck I'm doing a little more in depth. Just because it's more simpler. I don't know. I mean, it's a rat's nest. It's a Volkswagen. The good thing is with the factory harnesses, you're basically tracing wires, and if you have a good diagram, Samba, so on and so forth, you can print them out. This is out of a manual. It's just obviously taped together. And you just trace and plug and play. And then, like I said, you got to do sort of diagnostical if you're working with old switches, because I think I started in this video saying, don't know if the switches work. Well, good news is, I don't know if the wiper works. That's next. We're going to try to get the wiper going, or at least the motor. But the turn signal stalk, high beam, low beam, and blinks, that at least works. So that's good. Tail lights are good. Still need to get an oil pressure light, a gen light, and that is sort out the back of the car, wipers, and fronts. And I think the electrical should be done. There are a lot of extra wires. Yeah, this is the, this would have been the red hot that went to the switch. It's just disabled now, and like I said, the white wire is now going to the fuse block keyed on. But you just try things, is what I'm getting at. There was no real diagnostic process to this. I knew how power goes in, knew power wasn't coming out, probed it. Nothing was happening, so jump it. I know, going by the diagram, where power needs to end up from that point, or where to send power to bypass something. So that's kind of what I did. I don't know how to explain it more than that. It's electrical. I hate it. I'm pretty much recording it because, well, prosperity. And yeah, I can do it. I just don't like it. It's a lot of thinking, and especially when you got cut wires. I don't know. I'm procrastinating again because I don't want to do this. I've been saying this from the beginning. But all right, wiper motor should be simple. Got the harness, and then out of the log, all the wires are here. One goes to the fuse block, or one goes to the fuse block, and then they plug in. So I'll record that. Let me just get you set up, and then that should work. And finding the wires that feed the oil pressure sender and the charge field coil wire. I think they're both blue. Do that next, and then this, like I said, the electrical should be sorted. Radio, clock, gas gauge is the only other thing, but gas gauge, obviously a guy doesn't have a fuel tank. I can test it though. I'll show you how to test it. I'm pretty sure I showed it on other videos, but I can test if the fuel gauge works, and I'd also isolate if the sending unit's good or bad. So, all right, let me get reset up, and yeah, probably pound an energy drink, run the heat a little bit, and yeah, we'll do the wipers. Home stretch so far. The main components are at least working. Or at least like all my vehicles. I have headlight. Actually, it's more than all my vehicles. I don't even have blinkers on any of mine. Headlights and taillights, brake lights. Those are all working. All right, I'm rambling. I'll be back. All right, guys, sorry for the heat. Heater's back on because it's cold. Anywho's, let's get the wiper motor connected or working. Found the cables or terminals, so on and so forth. Key on, and I'm gonna run, check the switch by using a test light first. So, wiper. Wait, did I connect it to back here? I can't see nothing. What am I doing? Here's this. Oh. All right, this has to get connected to the fuse block. Where did that go? Wiper motor. Sorry, I did not pre-plan this, obviously. third over. All right, so third over, key off. All right, third over, wipers. This will give power to something. What, I don't know. This connection feels like poop. All right, let me rewire this connector, and then, yeah, then we'll connect wipers. It's already going well. All right, got a connector on here. So third terminal. Let's plug this in. I just had my fat hand in here. Why can't I do it now? All right, click. So now this has stuff. That should be powered to something. So key on. Test light. Test light to ground. Great thing about copper brake lines. We got power. We have power. All right. So now I'm going to run and check I have power at these, which should be the speed terminals. So which one does what, I have no idea. All right. One click up. Nothing. 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 All right. Another click up. All right, we got power on that one. Got no power on that one. And no power on that one. All right. Another click up. Power on that one. All right, so at least we have 2 speeds possibly. Maybe it needs third for the other one. I don't know. But at least it's juicing the system. So, turn the key off. You know, not having a windshield is very convenient. Anywho, take your block, connect colors to colors. Because, you know, simple. Or simple enough. I think that's in. What's the next one? Next one is yellow wire. Yellow tracer wire. Yellow tracer wire. These all feel terrible. And I have black and whatever. Put that one in, and then the black wire. And then this is the ground, which goes to ground. Possibly. No. Maybe you don't want to cooperate. Why don't you want to cooperate? Cooperate! Alright, ground. So the motor's wired. Let's see if it does something. We know it has power, or I know I'm sending power. Look at that! Wiper. Slower speed. All right. We're missing 2 speeds. But doesn't matter. High. Yeah, I know, that's all you got. And slightly slower. If you drive a Volkswagen, well, I think the other one's auto park. Is it? Off. Yeah. If you drive a Volkswagen, you know you usually just drive them on high anyway. So that's fine. We're not going to replace the motor. Wipers, checked. Let's see my wiring, man. Now you know why Chip Foose calls me. It's flawless. You can barely tell. I know, guys, it looked a lot better before I started plugging things in. But if you know Volkswagens, they all look a mess. If it's really tidy, that means someone, you know, well, did a lot of electrical work. Look at a factory one. They're terrible. All right. Blinkers. So we have headlights, we have taillights, we have brake lights, we have the rears are working, the flashers are working, wipers are working. I need front indicators, so I need running lights on both sides, only one's working. I need blinkers on both sides. And I still need my gen light and oil light. Well, seeing I'm here, let's see if I can find the gen light and oil light. Should be simple. Basically run power, disconnect from the back, run power forward, ground it, see if I get a light. If I get a light, we'll connect it to the cluster. So let me do oil first. I'll be right back. All right, I have the, turn off the key because I don't need it. I have the blue and green tracer, which would be the oil pressure sender light. And now what I have to do is try to find that blue and green tracer. Oh, it's on. It's connected. Is that it? Oil light. Well, it is connected. Doesn't go on with the key. That's telling me the pressure switch isn't working, so that means I'll show you how to diagnose the pressure switch. I do have a new one somewhere in stock. All right, let me do the exact same thing for the Gen Charge light, and I'll get back to you. Just basically running 12 volt off of terminal, I think it's like 61. I have a diagram, I could read, yeah, terminal 61, I knew that. Shoot it forward, find out what's connected or not connected, connect it to the thing. Did this plug into something else? It shouldn't. Teed into the brake, K7 brake switch, brake light warning, something. Dual circuit warning light. All right, so teed into that. Well, guess what? It's not going to tee into that no more. We got enough run? All right, I got to add some wire, put an end on it, and we're just going to use this because the brake warning light switch, I mean, yeah, nope. All right, I'll be right back. Let me get an end on it, extend the wire, and do that. Also, real quick, if you are having to repin the gauges, they run the skinny, if it focuses, the skinny blade, not the standard size, to plug into the backside of the lights. I feel like a real electrician. I'm doing this hot. But at least we're going to keep the same colors. So if, you know, anyone has to troubleshoot stuff, I'm all, you know, it's all going to be roughly the same color. Maybe a different shade, might not have a tracer, but it'll at least get you in the area. All right. Connect this bulb, get it to light, and hopefully we'll have a gen light in. On. Did I plug it in right? Gen light, good. All right, let me unplug that, plug in the voltage regulator again, and well, see if it decides to start charging. It's not going to, but we'll try. Oh, good news, it runs. Bad news, it runs terribly. No choke and, you know, 40 degrees. Also bad news, doesn't charge, but the light comes on, so that's a good thing. So, it's good news, we're switching to alternator to generator. All right, last thing I have to do on this electrical is get the fronts wired up. Running lights, turn signals, and this thing, check it off the list, it's good. So, join me in a minute, let me get this thing situated and we'll, I guess, wire in the front lights. I'll be back. All right, guys, sorry again for the noise. It is cold. I don't know, in the Arctic chill, if you will. So heater's going, so on and so forth. Obviously, I made a little bit of progress up here, but let me show you what I have going on. Mainly it's diagnosing the front lights. And the way I did that was the blinker's on right now. And I'm hoping I get a ground, or decent enough ground to find signal. That wasn't it. Working one-handed. I did not plan this far through. My clamp is terrible. Anyway, oh, this one's hooked up. All right. Test light. Blinker for the side I want is on. Basically probe the pins, even though I do know what color tracer it is, probe the pin to make sure I got signal coming to it, which I do. And then I made a little jumper wire, like so, to go to the back side. Back here, if you can see, you can squeeze you in. Don't fall. To basically probe the light back here. Stay. To see which one I needed, which would be the bottom, to make this thing flash. So now that I isolated the circuit, if you saw those wires that are hanging out, that back clip is destroyed. I'm basically going to do what they did, except better to a certain extent. Made little jumpers. I'll solder these onto the connector, you know, one left side, one right side. And then plug this into the harness and then plug that end into that, because this way they're still removable, because these lights are, well, they're not good. As far as that the housings have seen better days. So let me get all this stuff wired up, and then the same process for the running light. Turn your headlights on. Back probe, I know just by, you know, guessing, I know which one, you know, the running light is, but it's the same process. Back probe it, make sure you got power at least feeding it, wire it to the other side, and you're done. So let me get all this stuff wired up. Like I said, it's cold. It's really hard to film right now. I mean, the shop is, that's lying, because it is nowhere near 50-something degrees in here. I just kicked off my other jet heater just to try to record a little quieter. But yeah, let me get this wired up, because this is the home push. I just need front blinkers, and the car's wired and working. So give me some time. Next scene, unless developments on something, we'll have working front end. But yeah, that's kind of like the quick down and dirty diagnosis of, or diagnostic of how to figure out finding signals, so on and so forth. They're making sure like stuff's grounded and working. But all right, I'll be back. Let me stop this rambling. I've got to kick on that other heat because it is getting cold again. I really need to insulate. Any of you guys do insulation, spray foam in Louisville? Let me know. All right, I'll be back. All right, guys, I got this side wired up. I'll fire it up. Running lights, or at least running light on this side. I haven't done this one. That light always worked. So the running light and then blinker. And blinker works. So that side's done. I'll bring in. It is convenient not having a windshield. I keep saying that. Bring in and show what we ended up doing. Same way to find the other one, just back rope. I still have to heat shrink, but kind of what they had going on. Put in, except now they're able to be disconnected. I'll go back and make that look all, you know, a little more sanitary, but the gist is, it at least works. Does it need a new light? Yes, it does. It is, you know, it's not the best. So I'll address the owner, and then after that we can, you know, you get new lenses or backings, we can fix that. So let me finish up. Let me do the other side, tidy that up, and then, yeah, button up the front end, and I guess do a recap. Unless developments happen here, because I know I have a hot in the ground on this circuit for the blinker. So I got to find that. Hopefully it's in whatever hoodoo they did in there. So I'll be back. All right, guys. Front end buttoned up. Everything hopefully should work. I at least have one heater down, so should be quieter. Headlights, I think. Both of them, high beams. Yes, they're working. Hazards. Both hazards, perfect. Blinks. Sounds like it's working. I'm sure the tails are working because they were working. That one's on. This one's on. Wipers work. And they park. Everything is buttoned up. I did adjust the choke, so hopefully, I mean, it's been, well, still says it's 50 in here, but should fire now because, well, I dialed in the choke. Before, when I tuned this car, it was warm weather. Gen lights still don't work, all that stuff. Give it a pump. And she at least runs now and idles. And yeah, that gen light's still on. I'm gonna show you guys pretty much how to do the gen light and the oil warning light when I put this thing back on the rack to do the rest of the system that I need to do. But let me, I guess, prop you guys up a bit, move you around, think of how I'm gonna end this episode because it's wired. The rest of it is just basically, you know, tucking it up and making it look better. I did check the gas gauge. It does, at least when you ground it out, boop, go to full. So I'm hoping it works with the sending unit that's in there, or I'm hoping that sending unit works. So let me gather my thoughts and end this episode because I honestly don't even know how it's going to turn out. It's probably going to be terrible with this background noises. So I'll be back. Beep, boop. All right, guys. Capping the episode, 72 Karmann Ghia is wired up with all of its, you know, obvious primary systems. Has headlights, taillights, high beams, blinkers, hazard lights. The gen light and the oil light are still not cooperating due to the fact that I got a faulty oil pressure sender back there. I'll show you in the next episode how to figure that out, and the generator's not generating. It's going to alternator, so it doesn't matter. So I'm not even going to worry about troubleshooting the electrical on the backside of this thing. But, oh, wipers work. So I don't know, honestly, how this episode came out. It's quiet now, but I've been working in, you know, the Arctic blast, freeze, Norwegian cold. I don't know. It's been cold here. I've been running the diesels. Obviously, audio is probably going to suck. But anyway, next episode, we're going to get this thing hopefully on the road. So windshield's going to go in it, get it charging, got to put a tin on the engine, hopefully not pull the engine. Still got to call the owner. I've yet to do this. I know, I'm procrastinating. Got a speedometer cable I got to put in. Minor odds and ends, you know, clean some of this rat's nest I still have going on up. But yeah. What I'm getting at is, hopefully we're on the road next episode. We also have to test these brakes as far as on the road, because I think the last Ghia I did that sat, the calipers did not come around. They were locking up on me, so got to get some miles on them. But anywho's, if you like this episode, like, share, subscribe, leave a comment. If you do, I promise you, we will chit-chat. As always, thanks for watching, and hopefully, see you on the next one. I burped in that outro. I mean, that's fine. We'll leave it.